Welcome to Embracing Elimination. We're starting by giving some firm pressure, rubbing our arms and hands, having a sense of skin. The same for the legs. The sides, front and back. It stimulates the skin. It helps to create an energetic barrier, hopefully to ward off any things in the environment that can invade us. The skin also is an organ of elimination. We do lots of activity, we sweat, and perhaps when we're ill, we sweat, which will release waste products and toxins. So to reach into the skin, we are opening the arms, bringing the front of the body forwards, then back. We're arcing over to the left. We're coming back, rolling down, hands towards the feet, and then back up to the shins, lengthening out through the spine and letting the arms come forwards and then all the way back up. The arms come down. We reach the body forwards and back. We're coming over to the other side this time. Back. Rolling on down. Sliding the hands to the shins, reaching the spine forwards. And taking the arms, reaching them forwards. Bringing them all the way back up. Having a sense that you're reaching through the skin. The arms coming back out and down. From here, brushing lungs and large intestine. So, key organs, this autumnal season, both of them eliminate waste products, carbon dioxide, particularly through the lungs, bacteria through the large intestine. We have a flow to connect them. We're going to take the left leg back. We connect thumbs, index fingers, and we have a rock forwards and back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And then bringing yourself to parallel. Lacing the fingers except for the index and thumb. Bring that to the heart. The left heel to right ankle. We reach up into our tree. If you want to balance, the foot comes off. We return hands now into prayer and the heart. The left leg steps back. So you have two straight legs. You can choose to keep the hands here, or they could come in prayer to the back. And then we're lengthening over, finding a line between the lungs and the large intestine. Torso back up. Release the arms. Step back in. And I will change sides to let the right leg step back. Thumbs, index fingers. And rocking forwards and back. In breath, out. In breath, out. Stepping back to parallel. Lacing fingers except for index and thumb. That comes to the heart. We bring the arms then up. The right heel to the left ankle. We stay here, or we might choose to balance. Leg comes down. The hands to prayer, the heart. The right leg comes back, both are lengthened. Hands can stay at the front. They could prayer at the back. Lengthen. We come back up, release the arms and step back in. So for the kidneys, we have a little rub here. So the kidneys filter the blood, the waste products and excess water then are released down to the bladder. Bring a little bounce in. And then we, from here, are going to take the right leg back. We bend. Come back up a few times. That back leg comes in. And we change over. So the other leg comes back. And again, we bend. We bring that in, take the arms up. We're going to bring the pelvis forwards and reach back. Then We're bringing the hands to the bladder area. We're taking the stance wider. We're going to soften the knees and circle. But it doesn't matter which way you start. Then circling in the other direction. Now change again. And again. We're taking our hands now up to just underneath the lower rib cage. We're squeezing here. So on the left you have the spleen, on the right you have the liver. They will break down worn out blood cells, and they also will break down and deal with bacteria. Hands to prayer. We're turning to the left. We're keeping the hips forward, so it's just the upper torso. We come back. We arc over to that side. We bring the arms straight up. We turn to that side into a triangle. From the triangle, we bend the front leg. We bring the arms then parallel out to the sides. I'm going to take both of them down and just see if you can bring fingertips or knuckles. Turn towards it. If you bend the knees, you'll probably be able to get the palms down. So you probably can't see mine, but basically my knees are bent and I have flat hands to the floor. So either staying here, or if it's available, take the legs out a little bit wider and see if you can start to bring the head down towards the floor. It's not for everybody. And then from here, if you've gone wide, let the legs come back in. So we're all at the same place. We'll bring the hands onto the upper legs. Bring the pelvis forwards and roll on up. So we're turning the heels in, the toes out. We come back to squeezing the liver and spleen. Then prayer hands, turning to the right and back. I'm going to arc that way. The arm back up. We turn that way into the triangle. Then we bend that right leg or front leg. We're going to take the arms in parallel. We let the arms then come down. Fingertips, knuckles. We turn both feet to face in the same direction. We bend the knees so we can bring the hands flat down. Some of us might take the legs out even wider and see if we can bring the head down. If you have wide legs, bring them in. We all then place the hands on the upper legs and roll back up. We'll give the shoulders a circle the other direction. Returning to a parallel position. So just noticing how you're feeling in standing and how this might have changed from when we started. We're going to make our way down onto hands and knees. I will need to adjust my camera and have a drink, but I will see you there. So we're starting with skin again, having a sense of how we can reach into it. Our skin is able to excrete, to eliminate things that we don't need. We're curling the toes under, coming up into the downward dog. From here, I'm going to try and bend the knees. So you might stay like this. Some of you might be able to shift the weight over the hands as you do this. And then we take them all the way down. Our hands then come forwards. We find our cobra. We curl the toes under, keep the arms where they are and have a reach through. We return to the neutral hands and knees. The next flow connects lung and large intestine, and we'll start with the left side. We're going to take the leg back. In fact, I'll just come a little bit further forwards. Yeah. So the leg comes back. We push into the heel and we stay there. We then take this leg up. We bend it. We bring it back down. The weight again coming into the heel. And then we're placing the right hand on the sacrum and turning to look over the right shoulder. The right hand comes down. You can either keep the leg here or you can drop the knee. We come down onto the lower arms. Whether your leg is lengthened or bent down to the mat, we're now bringing it up into a modified scorpion. We then bring it down, back to palms. That left leg comes through. We come out. Toes curling under. So a downward dog again. You could stay here. You could lift the left heel. You could bend the left leg. You could take it up high. See which one suits you. And then we bring it down. Come to a high kneeling position. Shake out the hands. And get ready for the other side. So it's our right leg. You push back into it. We let it come up. We bend it. We bring it back down. Weight again into the heel. The left hand onto the sacrum, and then we turn towards that left shoulder and look over. We come back. This leg can stay where it is, the right, or you can bring it down. Whichever one you've chosen, we are bringing the lower arms down. The lengthened leg then comes up and bends into a modified scorpion. This leg will come down, return to palms, and let the same leg, the right, come forwards. We come out. We let the toes curl under for a downward dog. We either stay with the downward dog. We could lift the right heel. We could bend the right leg. We could lengthen it all the way up. And then it softens down. We come to a high kneeling again. And this time let the hands circle one way. And then the other way. We're focusing now on the kidneys. So I will turn. Give the kidneys a rub here. We then place the hands on them, drawing the abdominals, bring the pelvis forwards, find our simple camel. And back. Hands are down. So we have the shoulders over the arms and the pelvis over the leg. Here, we arc up into the cat. Then we come back to neutral. Then we dip down the other way. Back to neutral, coming up, back to neutral, and coming down. Back to neutral. Then the right leg is going to cross over the left. The left toes will be down, the right to kind of hang off for a moment. Then we're going to see if we can push up into the downward dog. It creates a cross downward dog. The heels might be off, the heels might be down. Return. One handshake, the other handshake, and then it's the left over the right. You'll have the right toes down. Up we come. You might be able to get both sets down, whether it's heel or toes. And find a way to come back. I'm going to here lace the fingers together and just have a twisty kind of movement to release the hands and wrists. And then our last flow for the spleen and liver on hands and knees. So we're taking the hands to the right, the left foot comes through. We come up. You'll lose my head, but you actually don't need that. The hands to underneath the lower rib cage and squeeze. Both sides, spleen on the left, liver on the right. Then we take the pelvis forward a little bit. So it's between the two knees rather than over the back knee. We lace the fingers. We turn them. They're coming up over the head. So you'll lose them, but you've seen what they do. We're now arcing towards that front bent leg. We come back up. The left hand comes down, the right hand comes down, the left arm stays up. We curl the back toes under. We take the back knee up, possibly. If that's not comfortable, stay where you were. If the back leg is up, bring it down. Both hands again to the right. And we draw that back. We're taking the knees wide, but the feet are closer together. The hands are coming in quite close. We're having a rock back and forwards. Now you either continue this, or if you want, as you come up, you just take the left leg up with you. And the hands come in a little bit more. See if you can rock a bit higher. We release. Now turn, ready for the other side. So the hands are coming to the left, so the right leg comes through. We are coming up. We have the pelvis more or less over that back knee. We're squeezing into liver and spleen. Then dropping the pelvis through. If it's not comfortable, go back to where you were. From here, we lace the fingers, we turn the palms up, right up above the head. We then arc over to the right, the same side as the front leg. We come back up. The right arm stays up. The left arm comes down. We create a twist. We can stay here, or the back toes can curl under, and we can take that back leg off. It's a deeper twist. Back leg comes down. The hand comes down, so they're both to the left, so that the right one can come back. We have the feet near to each other. We widen the knees. We're going to bring the arms back, and we're going to have a rock. We're going to come up a bit higher this time, straight away. You can stay with this, or you can start to take the right leg up. Definitely not for everybody. Come to a still place here. I'm just going to come forwards a bit because I'm a bit at the end of the mat. So just have a little shift of weight here. Anybody that has that upper body strength and knows the bird, if you want to bring that into your practice now, you can. And then we come out and find our own way into sitting. So I'm crossing my legs. It's up to you what you do with your legs. We come back to the skin. Let's give the legs, wherever they are, a nice rub and stimulate them. To the arms, creating a protected barrier, giving us a strong boundary in the world. Great. Ooh. So it needs to be relatively firm, quick, so it stimulates the skin. With the front, sides, and back, where you can reach. Let the shoulders have a bit of spontaneous movement. Then we are allowing the front of the body to reach through and then come back. So I will just turn to make that easier, coming back, reaching. So although the arms are moving, it's initiated by the torso pushing out and back. Next time that you're back, let the spine grow up and down. we are turning to the left. We're going to take the back of the hand, of the right hand, to the outside of the left knee. The other arm goes behind, and we twist around as far as is comfortable for us. We release from that and find it on the other side. So that side of the hand, you have that push of the hand towards the leg towards the hand, which helps to revolve. Coming out of this, we have a flow for the lung and the large intestine. That connection all the way down here. Both organs creating elimination. We're starting with the left leg long, the right leg bent. So you can rock the baby so the head is in your elbow. Some may be able to bring the knee over the shoulder and rock that way. Whichever one is available for you and is comfortable. Then we bring the bent leg down, in, we lift up and we fold. Landing here. And we come back. The right foot comes down. The hands come behind. We have push up. Back down. We're going to take the same configuration, but allow the lower arms to come down. We're kind of lifting through fish, keeping the head lengthened rather than collapsed. Then we are taking the left leg up. We're going to join it with the right. Right comes back, left comes down. We find our journey back up. The right leg lengthens, the left leg bends. We have our baby to rock. Some of us might see if we can take the knee over the shoulder, or the shoulder under the knee, and have a rock that way. Then we bring this down. We lift up, hinge forward. We come out of this. The left foot comes down. Hands come behind. We lift up through. We power up if it's available. We come all the way down. Continue that with the arms. The neck stays lengthened. This time it's the right leg that comes up. The left will join it. You can go parallel or together. Then the left comes down, the right lengthens down, and we come all the way back up. From here, we're sitting in parallel, but with bent legs. I will come back a little. I'm going to start by giving some touch to the kidneys, which filter the blood, taking out excess water and waste products, which it then sends to the bladder. We bring the hands forwards. We suck in the abdominals, roll off the sitting bones, come back up. As you come up, feel how the kidneys can support that, their importance in the posture at the back of the body. One more. And then when you come back this time, allow your legs to extend, come together, and find a fold. We're compressing down into the bladder. The kidneys are exposed at the back of the body, connecting to the sky. We'll find our way out of this and immediately in to the butterfly. So, wherever your knees are comfortable, find your flitter and your flutter. And then we'll come into our last flow for the liver and spleen. We widen into the fan. We squeeze these organs. We arc over to the left, compressing one organ, opening the other. We come back and we fold. And come back out of this. The left leg will then bend. We'll arc over the lengthened. We reach up and over, the hand comes back. The front leg turns. We reach. We might stay. We might lift. Let that arm take you all the way round. And then we come into semi-sitting. So you've got the lower arm down there and both palms. So we're taking the top leg open, 2, That top leg we lift. 2, 3. We take the top arm with the torso. 1, 2. We either repeat that twice or we do it by raising the hips as well. So 1 and 2. From here, we are coming down into a side position. You can rest the hand to the head. You might lengthen out. I think I might keep this one. We're trying to keep the waist, which I might adjust, lifted. From here, we're lifting also the feet, and we open again. 1, 2, 3. We come back up with that and we extend. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to bring both legs back down. We're going to lift them up once more, and then we're going to try and lengthen both legs. So this is quite challenging. If it doesn't suit you, then take a pause. We bring them in. From here, hand to the shoulder, connecting in with the lung. The other way. Upper arm and leg extend. The leg has a flexed foot. And we're just staying here, feeling that reach. So the lung supporting through the shoulder, the large intestine, the leg. Then we're bending the top leg, taking the top hand. It can push the leg back from the front, or it might be able to take hold of the ankle or foot and make a bow, which opens through the lung and the large intestine on that side. We come back. I'm going to give some touch to the kidney there. We're then squeezing the waist. So if it's your left side, it will be the spleen. If it's the right side, it will be the liver. And then the hand comes down and we rock through the other organ. So if you squeeze the spleen, this will be the liver. If you squeeze the liver, this will be the spleen. Take a pause. And then we're coming back to semi-sitting. And then back up to find the fan. Squeezing. We're arcing to the right. We come back and we fold hands or elbows or head. We come out, the right leg bends, and we arc over the lengthened leg. We come back, there's a support there. The foot, the lengthened leg turns, it rotates the whole leg. We reach through, we could lift. If we lift, we're then going to take the arm around to bring us back down. We are returning to the semi-sitting position. And we, 1, 2, 3. We lift the upper leg, 1, 2, 3. Upper arm with torso, 1, 2. We have 2 more, but we could bring in a hip raise. 1, 2. From here, we come on down. We might support at the head, we might lengthen the arm. We take both feet up and open, 2, 3. We then open again. The top leg we lengthen, 2 and 3. That's all coming back down. From here, we're going to take the legs up again, and then we are going to lengthen them out. Then we bend them rather than lengthen them back in. From here, the lung, change direction. I'm going to need to slide back a little bit. So we now extend that top arm and leg. The foot is flexed. We're keeping in that extension. The head can be down or lengthened out. Then the top hand, front leg, the leg bends. We push back. Some of us might take hold of the ankle or the foot. And then we bring that back. Going to give our kidney a rub. And a roll. So spleen on the left, liver on the right, a squeeze. So we're accessing each one. Release. So from here, come to roll on your back. I'm actually going to turn around because I have better space. The legs stay bent. For the skin, we're going to really reach the legs up in parallel together. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Lace the fingers coming up over the head. Lovely reach through for the skin. Then we bring the legs down, bent. The arms we bring up. We're going to reach, moving through the lungs. Then we're going to add in the large intestine. So when you reach the right hand, the right hip comes up as well. Take a pause, lace the fingers underneath the back of the head. Let the head come up a little bit here. Opposite shoulder to knee, which will kind of twist opposite lung to large intestine. You might need to draw in those abdominals as well if they're not happening automatically. Releasing. So the kidneys, we just gently lift up the tailbone, suck in the abdominals and release. We're rocking through. As you tip up, it will press the kidneys into the mat. Then we're going to take the right knee up and pulses. The left leg is out. We change over. The lengthened one comes up, bends, and then the other one comes out. That comes up, bends. Next time, the left one is bent. Let the right leg bend, pulse. Both legs up, again. We bend the legs. We let them tip a little to one side, doesn't matter which one. They lengthen again. Then they bend, and we come back to center. Then we go the other side. They lengthen, they bend to come back into the middle. So like a pendulum. So this is bringing some compression into the liver and the spleen. The next time they're bent in the middle, we are taking the right leg down. The left foot is above the right knee. The right hand is going to take it further across. The left arm is extended shoulder height, and we look towards it. We could pulse the upper knee and a deep spinal twist. We let that come back. So the left leg is now lengthening. The right is bending. We take the left hand somewhere to the outside of it. We take it across. The right arm comes out about shoulder height. And then we have a twist. You can either be still here or you can pulse it, a combination. We're trying to keep the shoulder blade down and just let the upper knee sink as far as is comfortable for it. Bring that back in. going to let both knees bend, hug them in. We'll have a rock up and down. And bring the head up too. And then we'll go side to side. And then we will lengthen one leg down, the other one's bent, and just allow it to turn you over onto your front, not right down, but into your cobra. From here, we're bending the legs and take the knees out a bit wider. So we're bringing the feet as close to the sacrum as is comfortable, and then as close to the floor without the soles of the feet losing their way. When the feet are about halfway, there, we're going to take the head down. And we're just trying to lift the knees. One time. It might not be very far. A second time. And a third time. We now keep the legs in that same position, but the left foot is coming down the inside of the right lower leg, and we look to the left. We come back up, and then the right foot is coming down the left inner lower leg, and we look to the right. So spinal twist. I'll do it a few times if you need to observe first. When you've got the hang of it, just feel the rotation that happens in the pelvis. And then the next time that the feet are sort of up towards the sky, let one lower, let the other into parallel. We'll come back and up to our cobra or sphinx. From here, we're curling the toes under, seeing if we can take the knees off. We release. We're now seeing if we can lift the elbows off a teeny bit. We might come up a lot higher. It will depend on the flexibility of the lower back. So only go as far as it's comfortable. You can go straight back down to that low one. And then the toes curl under. That comes off. Then we lower back down. From here, whatever we need now, just to bring ourselves back into a child position. It could be a high child. It could be a low child. Your arms could be forwards. They could be back. Whatever feels good for you. Feel how this opens the kidneys. Compresses down through the fronts of the lungs and the large intestine. And then we make our way from this to a comfortable finishing position in sitting, whatever that might be. So, our organs of elimination. We have skin. We have lungs, large intestine. We have liver. We have spleen. We have kidneys. hands together now, comfortably to the heart, letting the eyes close, tuning into how you are feeling inside. You might feel vibration of heartbeat. You might feel a rise and fall in breath. You might have tingles, twitches, itches. You might feel more weight on one side than the other. Easy places, less easy places, all part of your terrain. And simultaneously, through your senses, you're taking in the external environment, the sounds through your ears, both in your space and outside it. And then through your skin, registering the temperature of your space and how that feels to you. And then softly opening the eyes to the light, color, textures, and shapes around you. Thank you very much. So, the autumn time, embracing the elimination of that, the leaves falling, and the echo in the body as we continually eliminate to support our health. So, whatever you need to do now to journey from this session. So it might be a quick transition. You might have time to luxuriate how you're feeling now. But I will thank you once again for joining me with embracing elimination. Thank you.